Dylan to jump in on this. And I'm going to tell you guys, I think we're going to find that this is all about how old somebody is. This is just my opinion. Here's the question.
Old heads are nostalgic.
That's right.
Stop it. Wow.
Now, hold on. Here you go.
Stop it. Here we go.
Here would you rather build your team around Michael Jordan in his prime or LeBron in his prime? This isn't necessarily a who's the GOAT conversation. In fact, the author even says that this is not a GOAT conversation. This is more about who would you rather start your team with in their prime. Alex, if you can click into it here, I can see that John Browner and Dylan are going toe-to-toe, side to side. Browner brings up a lot of great points about Jordan did so much more in a shorter period of time, and that Steph Curry has as many titles as LeBron James does.
Can't talk titles. Can't talk to me about titles. Bill Russell is better than Michael Jordan then. See, your argument just went out the window. Next.
Listen. Oh, I'm so glad you said that. I love when people say this to me. Okay.
Steph is modern day Michael with his team. He had Rodman. He had Curry, great shooter. Scottie Pippen. Steph had Klay Thompson, Draymond, Kevin Durant. Who would LeBron have? One season of healthy Kyrie and Kevin. They still weren't playing that great. And then they beat the greatest team statistically of all time, which was better than Michael Jordan's team.
Did you forget he played for Miami?
Yeah, he won a couple rings there. Good stuff. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Lost two, by the way. Lost a couple too, by the way.
The only blemish
was put on ice by JJ Barea, a guy shorter than you.
Mavericks lost. That's the only blemish. But what about all the times Michael Jordan lost before even getting to the finals?
You do know LeBron James once lost. And by the way, Dwight Howard stopped him from getting to the finals against Kobe Bryant. You do remember that, right?
He was on the Cavs. Look who was on his team.
So, but you're telling me, you're telling me he's so great that he got Kyrie there who was hurt, or however you want to describe Kyrie, however you want to describe Kevin Love. But then you're also telling me that, he didn't have anyone on his team. It was Dwight Howard. Who did Dwight Howard have on that team?
Good.
Wow. Okay. On no planet on earth is Dwight Howard even in the category of LeBron James at any point of their career. And Dwight Howard outplayed LeBron James and beat him with Hedo Turkoglu. Because, you can say Jameer Nelson. He was an okay little player. Yeah. You can say Rashard Lewis, who was a spot-up shooter at that point. But LeBron James was defended by Hedo Turkoglu. Like, these are people who LeBron should smash. LeBron destroyed Paul Pierce, destroyed Kevin Garnett. Where was this against Hedo Turkoglu? Hold on. Where was this against J.J. Barrera? Like
the Mavericks, I agree with you. The Mavericks one, that was tough. I can't. That was a tough one.
Right,
I don't even bring up the fact. Hold on.
Stephen B, let the man jump in, Stephen B.
Hold on, Scott. I never bring up the fact that he got swept his first time in the finals because that was an unfair fight. The great Tim Duncan against a young LeBron James. I don't even bring that up because that is not fair. But from the point he made the finals with the Miami Heat to the point that he made the finals with the Cleveland Cavaliers the second time around, that span, that bulk of his career, Michael Jordan had better skill set and did more with the players around him than anybody.
Let me
play the game.
Let me chime in here because I want to ask a question that I think makes.
And back to that Bill Russell thing, because I don't mean to cut you off. Back to that Bill Russell thing.
But yeah,
how many teams were in the league when Bill Russell played?
Hold on.
Huh? What happened?
Stephen B. Hold on, man. Get a word in, man.
So the question was, who would you rather build your franchise around? But the question didn't answer. What era are we? Are we playing in the '90s era where Jordan did, or are we playing right now? Because I think the league is a lot softer now than it was back in the '80s and '90s.
But the league is a lot better now.
I do think it is a lot better.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Today that LeBron has to play against.
I agree.
I agree.
I agree. But my reason I bring up the softness is because how many players nowadays can play with someone as strong-willed as Michael Jordan? He was such an asshole.
He's not a locker room guy.
Right. And then I think Kobe was the last one, and even his teammates hated him, and they only won because they could kind of stand him.
But what? Yeah. Okay, again, I have to keep
The question is, build your franchise around. LeBron goes to the Cavs, who were essentially the worst team in the NBA, takes it to the finals for, 4 years in a row, leaves, and then they go back to being the last team in the NBA. So that's how good LeBron is. If you put Jordan on, like, the last team in the NBA back then, I mean, there's no way. There's just no way.
Buddy, did you not know the team was called the Cocaine Circus before he got there? Like, the team was literally full of cokeheads before Michael Jordan showed up. Charles Oakley was punching people in lockers.
He leaves to go play baseball, and they almost went to the finals the next year without him.
You know what happened the year after that? Hold on. Because people keep doing this. People do this all the time.
You can't argue with that. He leaves to play baseball, and they almost go to the finals. They lose to the Knicks with Patrick Ewing and those guys. I watched The Last Dance, too. We all saw the same stuff.
But yet we leave out certain facts. What happened the following season? What was their record before he came back?
What was it?
30 and 31 and 27.
What was the Cavs record? Didn't they win like 16 games?
Because the way that teams are set up, whenever they break the teams down to the studs to rebuild. The same thing happened in Miami. Look, D-Wade left. Chris Bosh had blood clots, so that's not really on him, but they always dismantle the team when LeBron leaves, because to have LeBron James on your team, because he lacks versatility, he lacks the ability to be coached, you have to build the team around him so coddled that you can't do it without him. That doesn't show.
LeBron lacks versatility?
Yeah. Yes.
How?
Yes.
Hasn't he scored more points than Michael Jordan? He's not even considered a scorer?
Michael Jordan has more playoff points than LeBron James. LeBron, in this whole he's not a scorer thing. If you play basketball, bro, you got to score. That's part of the game.
He's not a scorer. Like, come on now. He's not versatile. He can guard all 5 positions. He can play all 5 positions.
That's also a myth. He cannot guard all 5 positions. Michael Jordan has more blocks than LeBron James in his career.
And LeBron James is the highest scorer. LeBron James is the highest scorer in playoff history, Browner, not Michael Jordan.
By 0.2 points, but it's less. It's more games.
By 1,000 points. What are you talking about?
Don't you understand?
He has a better shooting percentage in the clutch. People forget that.
Hold on.
Who's played more playoff games? Who's played more playoff games?
Hold on. I'm calling a timeout here. This is a very hard thing to manage. This is what it is to be Anderson Cooper when people are arguing from both sides and you got to get to commercial break. Dylan, this is what it is when Max Kellerman is sitting on the desk at ESPN and Stephen A. Smith is rambling at him, and he's talking like everything he's saying is facts. And
facts,
all not really facts. So here's what I want to do. Alex, pull it back up on the screen. Go back on Decided. And now let's take a look here. You got Browner on the prime of Michael Jordan's side, and you've got Dylan, just scroll down a little bit, and you've got Dylan on the prime LeBron side. Right now, the Michael side leading 80% to 20%. But I'm going to say to everybody that's watching and listening today or in the future, whenever you're watching and listening on your own time, dude, go vote. And let's see, does everybody side with Browner and Michael Jordan? Or does everybody now want to get on to Dylan's side and jump on the LeBron bandwagon? We'll find out.
And let me be very clear, as the great Stephen A. Smith says.
Here we go.
Let me be very clear. LeBron James is an amazing basketball player. There's no doubt that.
Thanks for being clear.
LeBron James is one of the greatest players to ever play the game. There's nothing wrong with being in 3rd or 4th place on the all-time list. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But I want people to, one, let his career finish, because he got 3 titles. He only has a couple MVPs. Let's see what else he can add to his resume, because it won't be another title. But let's see what he can add to his resume before we bang the gavel on him.
Lakers this year, man. What you talking about?
The Lakers. If they don't play the rest of the season, I think that will be a huge. Like, they were so good this season. They had to. Like, everything they
were like coming into their own. As the season kept going on.
Sick
they were peaking too early. It was great.
Dylan, you'll never win this because I don't know if you know this. John's from Chicago, so
that don't matter.
You'll never win.
Right. He'll argue even if he knows he's losing and he knows he's completely wrong. He will argue till the death. And that's the way the dude is.
So you think he's a better basketball player?
Michael Jordan than LeBron James?
Yes.
Yes, of course. Absolutely.
You're ridiculous.
This is my opinion. Again.
Oh, not facts.
How come? No, that part obviously.
You could say Michael is more influential. You could say he was,
which is true.
He was the first to transcend the sport. He may be more like championship-wise accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
But LeBron James is a better basketball player.
All right, I'm leaving it there because you know what?
No. Because let me give you one more.
Give me one more. Last word.
I'll give him the last word. Let me just say this.
All right, finish up. You got 10 seconds, Browner. Go.
LeBron James is bigger, stronger, faster. Okay. How come he has less career blocks than Michael Jordan?